I'm gonna give y'all some small things that you can do to make the biggest change in your life. Number 1, getting straight up out of bed. Don't snooze, don't scroll, don't even go on social media until you get up and get yourself together. When you do that, you are strengthening your discipline, not allowing your body to believe that it's in control. You're constantly overriding it. The more that you practice things like that, it's the more you'll do that in your everyday life and get more things done. Number 2, just be more intentional with your day. Have a reason on why you're doing something before you do it. Bet you it's harder than it sounds. Brain naturally operates on autopilot, so you can't change your life unless you're being very intentional on what you do. You gotta start having thoughts like, why am I scrolling? How long have I been scrolling? How long will I scroll? Because doing things like that could take up so much time and not lead you to any benefit. Number 3, replace music with sound healing frequencies. I'm not saying it's bad to listen to music, but once you start choosing frequencies over your average playlist, you will raise your vibration. That will lead to more positive thoughts and more mental clarity. It got sound frequencies that you can listen to for almost any benefit that you can think of. If you want to check it out, you can download it for free in the link in my bio. If you made it this far in the video and really want to learn more ways to fully change your life, I highly recommend that y'all tap in with my ebook. Just DM me the word chosen or click the link in my bio and I'm gonna send it over. I love y'all. I'm about to give y'all 3 things you can do to instantly raise your vibration. Number 1, doing hard things. You do something hard or accomplish something that you didn't want to do, you raise your vibration because you become more proud of yourself. The reason why a lot of y'all are so insecure and just never happy or never proud is because you don't do anything that you can be proud of. Mind knows that you're running from a lot of reach pure happiness. Start doing harder things and that will make you feel better about yourself, which raises your vibration. Number 2, change what you listen to. Music has a frequency and most of that frequency is used to keep us at a low vibration. That's why there's so many healing sounds out there that's used to raise your mood and vibration. I got a link in my bio to where you can access free spiritual healing sounds. Sounds for attracting money, vibrational healing, energy, whatever you need. Number 3, visualizing. The more that you visualize the life that you want to live is the more happier you feel in the present moment. Thoughts alone can literally release chemicals in your brain to make you more happier, tricking your body to believe that you're living the life that you're manifesting. That automatically raises your vibration. The more that you raise your vibration is the more that you attract things to keep you on that vibration. Start to get better thoughts that lead to a better mood. When you change your vibration, you change your life. I love y'all. This is my 3rd month without weed update. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you've seen that I gave y'all a lot of updates in the past about me trying to quit. I'm 3 whole months without weed on my update. Now, to hold me back in so many ways. I used to be more lazier, used to procrastinate so much, had lower energy, my brain used to just be so foggy, all that. And that's because I used to abuse it. You're not supposed to at all. It's been normalized to smoke a lot of weed that are not meant for that. And damn sure not our lungs, our bloodstream, and our brain. The more that you smoke, it's the more that your blood is used to being contaminated with chemicals. So now you don't even realize how fucked up your body really is because it feels neutral to you. When you stop and go without, a whole difference in everything. And another thing, when you your brain becomes reliant on you can't eat without, you can't sleep without, you can't do nothing without have fun. It's a whole addiction and people don't even realize it. It makes you comfortable with not elevating. It makes you comfortable with being sad, comfortable with being broke. It don't make you face your problems. You just rather smoke to get away from your problems. And when you finally stop, you just have more energy. You don't procrastinate no more. You eat. Y'all been asking me to talk about weed and I made a video on my main page about it, but I'm about to just remake it. Now, weed is not bad. It's only bad when you abuse it, when you can't go a day without smoking. When you smoke, you killing brain cells. That's why you do the dumbest shit high. You start losing a lot of shit and forgetting a lot of shit. Another thing that make it bad is there's no GMO weed. But since they made it legal, they've been messing with the weed. All that dispensary shit, that's all GMO. That's what alters your consciousness and damages your health. The natural plant weed, that help to calcify your pineal gland. Tap into a higher consciousness. That's why you always think outside the box when you high. Start thinking about life on some deep shit. Come up with some good-ass ideas, good-ass meals, song lyrics. Think about all kinds of shit that you never could sober. You think every time you talk about some deep shit, somebody say what you been smoking or who your dealer. Because weed lets you think outside the box. All the movies, who got the best ideas? Person that's always high. I'm not promoting anything. Another thing about weed, paranoia and anxiety. It can make you paranoid and make you have anxiety and scared. It's just what the drug does. Not always. It's mostly when you first start smoking or you got a low tolerance. Yeah, how your subconscious could create thoughts to give you paranoia. Start having them thoughts like, what if somebody just broke in my house right now? You start overthinking it and get paranoid. I'm telling you, everything you think about while you're high is not you. That's not your thoughts. That's what weed does. It makes your thoughts scary. You can just be chilling and start thinking about your family member dying or something. Start thinking about it over and over again, feeding that thought. You have to block them thoughts off. You have to understand that's what weed does. Another thing, it's the best way to temporarily solve your problems. You high, you can literally think about anything other than your problems. Everything you think about is more intense. Put more energy into your thoughts. That's why you don't tend to think about nothing else. That's why you can be high as hell watching the fuck out them satisfying videos. You can distract yourself from your problems the whole time while you high. But that's all you doing is distracting yourself. You avoiding your problems. Them problems not going nowhere. Once you sober, them problems still gonna be there. That's why I tell y'all to meditate. You meditate, you face your problems. You accept them. You let it go. You're not running from nothing no more. You can enjoy your high. Yeah, I just have to let y'all know that weed is not bad. Just stop smoking it every day. Start doing like 2 or 3 times a week, then weekends. And you can have more energy throughout the week. You can start remembering your dreams. When you smoke, you don't remember your dreams. You start getting more shit done. Weed makes you lazy. Makes you want to procrastinate. You only taking a break for 5 days. Do you know how much shit you can get done? So yeah, just practice on slowing down on smoking weed every day. Time for you to unfollow all the fine. Press not interested on the algorithm, walk right past them and target. The more that you fantasize about pretty women is the more that you put them above you, and that makes you automatically not get them. You're feeding your imagination of them more than you're feeding yourself. So when you finally talk to them, they're going to feel the pedestal that you put them on. Energy has nothing to offer for itself because you spend your days thinking about them. You're not feeding into your own plate. Why do you think the girls that you always get is the ones that you barely like, but the ones that you really like, you never get them? Because you can only get those girls by magnetism. You cannot chase them or have a chasing energy. I want you to think about this. Do you think that your dream girl's dream man is looking at women all day? How does she envision her man? That's how you have to live your life. It's a reason why she has niggas that's not texting her back or not thinking about her and she's chasing them. Because in their reality, they're focused on money. They're focused on goals. They're not focusing on the women. It's weird. You have to reverse the polarities. Once you unfollow all the girls, you stop thinking about them, you start changing your perception, you will start to have way more energy because you sacrificed the energy that you gave them. All the distractions for them, all the way that you live for them, the way that you dress for them, that all go towards what really matters now. Now you're more magnetized. Now you're going to have 10s just coming out the woodwork trying to slide on you. That's your first step. That's all you have to do. You don't have to hit the gym more. You don't have to get no fresh cuts. Just sacrifice the dopamine to pretty women and watch how your life changes. I love y'all. To tell y'all the energies from the celebrities that I met in person. Part 1. Now, I know a lot of y'all think that everybody in the industry is sellouts, but that's not the case. A lot of them are actually cool, genuine people in real life. Of course, there's still a lot of weirdos in the industry that be on that other type timing, but this is what I picked up on in real life. Number 1, Duke Dennis. Now, Duke Dennis has an energy that has always stood out to me. I'm very sensitive to people's aura field, and he has an actual strong aura. There'll be people on the internet that be talking about aura and don't know what it means, but his electromagnetic field is actually strong. You can tell that he has been through a lot of hard shit in his life, but he has alchemized it and came out on top. In order to have a lot of fame, females praise, and not let it consume you, you have to be heavy enough to maintain it, and that's why his aura is strong. It's rare in this industry because a lot of people are getting that out of karma. He's getting that out of blessings. Number 2, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard has always had good, pure energy. I really wish the media knew him for who he truly was. He's extremely nonchalant, and it's not fake nonchalance, it's just channel energy. He has no scattered energy. His aura is very calm and very welcoming. I don't get no weird vibes from Dwight, bro. That's my dog, and he's really a chosen one. Number 3, Chopper. Chopper is exactly how you will perceive him on the internet. He's very authentic. He's always been down to earth and cool since I first met him. He feel like one of them homies from high school. I ain't gonna lie, over time, you can tell his ego deaths reflected in his energy because now he's like Dwight Howard. He's very nonchalant. Talk all calm, all relaxed. That comes from a whole bunch of channel energy and a whole bunch of ego deaths. Being around spiritual celebrities, bro, their lessons are more intense, so their aura is more intense. So when these motherfuckers are nonchalant, bro, that came from severe ego death. So you can genuinely feel their aura. Like, you just feel calm. Now, Adam 22. When I first met Adam 22, bro, he was going through the whole thing with his wife. I ain't gonna lie, I have never felt extreme depression before. I don't know if it was depression or just dead energy, but my nigga Adam had dead energy. As soon as I, dapped him up or whatever, it just felt like I didn't feel life. No, this is LA we talking about. This is Hollywood. This is where a whole bunch of, other side shit go down. So I'm not really surprised. But my aura, my innocent ass aura first coming across this, I felt the difference. Now, Polo G. When I first met Polo G, bro, he was cool and everything, but he looked me in my eyes and I feel like that he watched one of my videos that he did not like. Now, when I was first on this journey, bro, I was calling everybody a sellout, trying to make the Illuminati thing for every celebrity, and I made one on him. I'm not just saying this because I met him, but I genuinely think that Polo is not a sellout. When I was first on this journey, bro, I was conspiracy minded. So there was nothing you could tell me. I thought everybody famous was in the Illuminati. But now that I'm more mature and I'm more evolved on my content journey and I'm starting to see shit for myself, bro, that's not the case. Besides, Polo has always been spiritual, and I made a video on that too, and he been tapping in with a lot of my videos. So shout out to Polo. Now, I also been around a lot of celebrities whose energies I did not. So if y'all want a part 2, make sure y'all like and share. I love y'all. Let me show y'all how distracted we are. I want you to keep looking where you're looking at now, but just move your phone straight up all the way until it's out of your sight. Just imagine if your phone just boom, vanished. You feel like you in a whole nother reality? It's like now you have to deal with reality. It's like you've been missing out this whole time. The way you just felt without your phone is how your dog feels. How we supposed to be living naturally without these distractions. On our phone, we on our TV, we on our game, we on something electronic to keep us distracted. Because we just can't be bored. Humans don't want to be bored for some reason. But when you're bored, you start using your mind. How many times was you just sitting there thinking about things? No TV, probably just on the toilet thinking and came up with some dog-ass ideas. On your way to sleep or something, you think of some new conclusions like, oh, he did take my money that day. The people who gave us this phone and electronics knew what they was doing. They don't want us using our mind, because if we use our mind, we're going to wake up from this world that they have programmed us to be in. You were born, you already had the blueprint of your life set out. Born with a number. You gotta go through school now. You gotta do this. You have to get shots. You have to do all this stuff just for being born. You don't think we're controlled? You don't think we're distracted? Y'all start using y'all mind. Y'all will stop calling people conspiracy theorists, because you will understand that everything we have been taught to is not the truth. Some people are just trying to find the truth. Society keep labeling us as conspiracy theorists, putting us down. The ones that's calling us conspiracy theorists, they didn't make those words. Who do you think made the word conspiracy theorists? Question everything. I love y'all. The Matrix. Now, The Matrix isn't a movie. It's a documentary. They gave y'all so much truth in this movie, and it's been in front of our face this entire time. Now, do y'all remember this scene in The Matrix? When Neo asked, is this real? And he was like, how do you define real? That's deeper than what you think. Now, I know you heard the conspiracy theory that life is a simulation, but that's not a conspiracy theory. Life is actually a simulation, and none of this shit is real. You only see things because it's interpreted by the brain. But how do you know that it's really there? For example, we see this as an orange flower, but that's only because looking at it makes photons hit our retinas, and our retinas are sending a signal to our brain that's producing the image that we can see now. But in actuality, how do we know that it's actually there? Only our brains is comprehending it. And only humans can tell each other that we seeing the same thing, because we all share the same brain. This is what the snakes see. So in the snake's reality, this is life to them. How can we say that's wrong just because our brain sees something else? Everybody that's living has a brain and see things to their brain's comprehension. So we don't know how something actually looks like. We can only see it to our brain comprehension. This shit gets deep. Follow for more. This is how to stop getting manipulated. The reason why you get manipulated so easily is because you're too emotionally invested in the conversation. That blocks you from seeing where the conversation is going and where that person is leading you to. Say, for example, you confront somebody about a problem and they start saying things like, well, you do this, well, you do that. And since that triggered your emotions, you instantly target that conversation and go down that path and not the original path you wanted to talk about. Then y'all having a whole bunch of different arguments because you have been officially manipulated. You had a certain narrative for the conversation, but it has been steered by the other person's will. Even if it's subconscious. You have to be emotionally detached and have a good memory when it comes to conversations. Always remember what your last point was, no matter how much talking they do. If they try to get off track, ignore it and then bring them back into your original point and make them be aware on how they tried to steer the conversation. Another thing to stop manipulation is always ask yourself, what narrative is this person trying to set? What certain impression is this person trying to give me by saying certain words or crying or doing A, B, or C? Every time somebody talks, they're trying to set a certain narrative. So it's up to you to figure out why they're trying to set this narrative. It can be innocent, it can be genuine, or it could be conscious to give you a certain impression. And the more that you practice asking yourself, what is this person trying to do, rather than being emotionally invested, it's the less that you get manipulated. Rewatch this video if you have to. I love y'all. Alright, I want everybody to listen up. Just watch this whole video, even if you don't agree throughout the way. Do y'all realize how comfortable we is on this planet? Nobody cares about anything other than this world. Everybody's main focus is on everything that's in this world. Money, social media, getting a big house, getting cars, all this shit that means nothing. Y'all never care until it's too late. Until a family member dies something and then you want to learn more about the spiritual world. Or until this world start crashing down and you want to start finding an escape, another option. That's when everybody want to become spiritual when times get like that. I'm telling y'all, get on y'all shit right now. You're not even realizing how comfortable you just live in life not knowing anything about yourself or how you got here. Y'all say God made us and God brought us here, right? Y'all really believe that God made life for us to worship him and for us to go to work and work for money our entire life? And look at life. Look how everything is. Why don't y'all stop to question nothing? I'm not realizing how none of this shit matters. It's all distractions. I'm telling you right now that we're being distracted. Every day that you just live your regular life not questioning nothing, you're going farther and farther away from your natural path. You don't even know who you are. People like me just be trying to wake y'all up, and y'all looking at us like we're the enemies. We just crazy or something. If you know me before the spiritual shit, you know that I would never be the type that would be making videos and be going outside to get nature and going vegan and shit. All this shit changed my life. I'm not telling you all this for no reason. I'm speaking from experience. Every single thing in my life has changed for the better since I became spiritual. This shit is real. Bro, I literally cannot stress this enough. The shit that I experienced, bro, you can't even tell by looking at this video. Probably just looking at me like I'm a crazy guy trying to force my beliefs on you. The whole time I'm trying to get y'all to open y'all eyes. I've been a Christian before. I didn't heard about other beliefs. I'm telling y'all, this spiritual shit is different. It's real. You don't have to follow nothing, believe nothing. You don't have to do shit, but just go within yourself. That's all spirituality is finding out who you are. Everything else comes with it. Crystals, astrology, tarot cards, all the shit that y'all don't believe. I guarantee you, if you become spiritual, you're naturally going to get into that. I know that 100% because of how much I didn't believe it. How much people didn't believe it before, but believe it now. All I'm asking you is to start asking questions. Start digging deep. This world is not what you think, no matter what you think you know. I love y'all. Let me talk to y'all about dolls. There's a reason why dolls is God spelled backwards. Dolls are basically God in physical form because they show nothing but unconditional love. And God is unconditional love. Dolls are just a physical expression of unconditional love. Doll doesn't judge. God doesn't judge. You can yell at a doll, you can beat on a doll, whatever, but the doll will still come back and show you unconditional love like nothing ever happened. All dolls play the same role, love. You can train a doll to be defensive. You can train a doll to attack. Also make a doll not like you. Their natural instinct is love. People don't really understand the consequences of constantly mistreating and abusing a dog. Going against nature like that is going to fall back on you. You're going to face that karma. I really think y'all can just get away with constantly beating an innocent ass dog? You're going to face that karma and not even be aware that it's karma. I just think that bad shit be happening to y'all for no reason and just life is against you or something. It's because you want to constantly beat on dogs and kill bugs and go against nature. If you don't believe in God or any creator, don't you think the person that created you and created the dog is still watching us? You actually think the person that's watching us is just going to let you mistreat and punish a dog for no reason without anything happening to you? You gotta be patient with dogs. You gotta understand. They don't understand our language. They don't know what they be doing wrong. You think they meant to tear up your shoe? You even think they know what a shoe is? It's just the texture of it felt good to their teeth, so they started chewing on it. You got so mad because you attached so much value to the shoe that you think you should beat a dog for just doing something that they wanted to do. They don't have thoughts. They don't know what they be doing. You can still yell at it and punish it, but just putting your hands on the dog, beating the dog, do you not realize how big you are to them? Remember, they don't need us. They didn't ask to be here. We're the ones that bought them. I gotta respect dogs more than y'all do. Keep this in mind. I love y'all. Good question. Now, black people's skin contains carbon. Carbon-12 composed makes 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons, which is the structure for melanin. Melanin comes from the sun. That's why people get darker in the sun, because they absorb its melanin. Right now, our DNA is locked. We only use 20 out of 64 amino acids. The hotter that sun gets and the more we're in it, it's unlocking our DNA. See, in ancient times, they was in tune naturally with unlocked DNA. They was connected to the source, God. They knew how to live naturally. They didn't need a book to tell them how to live because they had their pineal gland open. You see the cobra on top of their head? That symbolizes their kundalini energy rising and hitting their pineal gland. So the pharaohs, the ones with the pineal gland open, was worshipped as gods. They understood the power of the sun. Do you see the sun on top of his head? That's Ra, the sun god of Egypt. But they took away our true history and gave y'all his story. See why it's a picture of sun of every painting of Jesus? They took sun god and reversed it to the son of God. Pharaohs was black, but then they whitewashed everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Just think about how black history don't go no further than slavery. Nobody ever asked what was we doing before slavery because they don't want black people knowing the truth about their history. Now, in case y'all don't know, we invented almost everything. The white man either bought it or stole it from us. Now they be putting our stuff up in museums and stuff. We even built the pyramids. Oh yeah, and we were way bigger too. But I'm gonna say that for another video. Now, who's mostly in jail? Who's mostly in gangs? Who's mostly shooting and robbing people? Who's mostly getting shot by police? Who's mostly looked down on in this country? Black people. And you think all this is happening only because our skin color is different? No, before slavery, white people knew how powerful we were. So they enslaved us and now we're in their country where they're on top. And now we're looked down upon. Now people think of black people as thugs. But how did we become thugs if we were just kings and gods? They literally programmed us to be this way. Why do you think they promote rappers that talk about killing people and taking drugs? Like, actually think about that. That's the most promoted music. They got all our females wanting to be hood rats. They don't want our women to look up to these queens. They want y'all to look up to Nicki Minaj. And the reason why I said we'll never change is because they got us so programmed to the point where even if one black hood person woke up, he won't speak out or try to talk to his friends or nothing because he's scared of looking lame. Oh, you lame, you corny, all this stuff. Because you finally trying to make a change. It's way more I want to say to this, but I got a feeling TikTok will delete the video. So if you're new to my page, follow me and subscribe to my YouTube. I'm about to post a video on it soon. We need to wake up. I love y'all. Why black people will never change. See, black people don't understand who they are. They don't know how powerful they are. Literally kings and gods, but thinking y'all Bloods and Crips. Black people is the most programmed and mentally enslaved people on this whole planet. And it's for a reason. It's not a coincidence that black people is mostly killing people in gangs or in jail. That was meant to happen. And the reason why we're so powerful is the reason why we're looked down on in this country. We're living in a white man's world. They are purposely having black people live like this. When you was growing up, what was you mostly seeing on BET? Thinking it's good to have toxic relationships? Seeing our own people kill each other. And then listening to all the black rappers talking about killing people and having ops and all this shit. So now you growing up watching and listening to all this shit, that's going to your subconscious mind. So now your mind is programmed to think that's normal. So now you think it's cool to kill somebody because rappers talk about it. And then somebody that's not like that, but hang around people that is, they're now forced to do whatever he has to do to be cool because he's scared to look bad in front of his friends. So how can we change like that? Weed. Y'all been asking me to talk about weed, and I made a video on my main page about it, but I'm about to just remake it. Now, weed is not bad. It's only bad when you abuse it, when you can't go a day without smoking. When you smoke, you killing brain cells. That's why you do the dumbest shit high. You start losing a lot of shit and forgetting a lot of shit. Another thing that make it bad is there's no GMO weed. But since they made it legal, they've been messing with the weed. All that dispensary shit, that's all GMO. That's what alters your consciousness and damages your health. The natural plant weed, that help to calcify your pineal gland. Tap into a higher consciousness. That's why you always think outside the box when you high. Start thinking about life on some deep shit. Come up with some good-ass ideas. Good-ass meals. Song lyrics. Think about all kinds of shit that you never could sober. You think every time you talk about some deep shit, somebody say what you been smoking or who your dealer? Because weed lets you think outside the box. All the movies, who got the best ideas? Person that's always high. I'm not promoting anything. Another thing about weed, paranoia and anxiety. It can make you paranoid and make you have anxiety and scared. It's just what the drug does. Not always. It's mostly when you first start smoking or you got a low tolerance. Yeah, how your subconscious could create thoughts to give you paranoia. Start having them thoughts like, what if somebody just broke in my house right now? You start overthinking it and get paranoid. I'm telling you, everything you think about while you're high is not you. That's not your thoughts. That's what weed does. It makes your thoughts scary. You can just be chilling and start thinking about your family member dying or something. Start thinking about it over and over again, feeding that thought. You have to block them thoughts off. You have to understand that's what weed does. Another thing, it's the best way to temporarily solve your problems. You high, you can literally think about anything other than your problems. Everything you think about is more intense. You put more energy into your thoughts. That's why you don't tend to think about nothing else. That's why you can be high as hell watching the fuck out them satisfying videos. You can distract yourself from your problems the whole time while you high. But that's all you doing is distracting yourself. You avoiding your problems. Them problems not going nowhere. Once you sober, them problems still gonna be there. That's why I tell y'all to meditate. You meditate, you face your problems. You accept them. You let it go. You're not running from nothing no more. You can enjoy your high. Yeah, I just have to let y'all know that weed is not bad. Just stop smoking it every day. Start doing like 2 or 3 times a week, then weekends. And you can have more energy throughout the week. You can start remembering your dreams. When you smoke, you don't remember your dreams. You start getting more shit done. Weed makes you lazy. Makes you want to procrastinate. You only taking a break for 5 days. Do you know how much shit you can get done? So yeah, just practice on slowing down on smoking weed every day.